Hey there. We're taking off on a hike around Three Sisters. I'm on the east side. We're going north around the North Sister, and then we're gonna head over to Broken Top. There's a chain of lakes I want to see. Hope to spend tomorrow night there. It's very peaceful here. It's kind of warm. This is the Obsidian Trailhead. It's a place that's has limited entry, and a permit is required. And I went to this ranger station today, and it was full, so I have to go in a different way, which is going to add 2 miles to my hike. But I'm okay with it. It's a trail that I've never hiked up before. It's interesting how I have to hide my motorcycle. I drove it into the brush a little bit, and I locked it up to a tree. This way I don't need to have a forest park pass, which is required to park there. And I feel a little safer that it's hidden. Hardly anyone would know about it to steal anything. But I'm really optimistic about this trip. We've got rain expected tomorrow, 30%, tomorrow night, 40%, Saturday, 20%. So I guess those are good odds. If it's tomorrow night that I get rained on, I'll be in the tent. And Sunday, the drive home, is supposed to be nice, so that'll be great. Here's our first good glimpse of one of the mountains. We've just crossed over this lava flow here from the woods, and we're gonna skirt along the edge of it here. And up there on the right is the North Sister. On the left is Collier Cone, and I'm gonna get camped tonight just to the left of that cone. Yeah, maybe a half mile from there, and there's a small tarn I hope to find, and a tiny trickle of a spring for water. There's no water over here except for those. And we've got about 3 to 4 miles left. Yeah. I think this is the hardest part right here. Just dusty, and it just climbs right up along these rocks. We'll make it. Here it goes. 2 of them. Let's see. Hold it steady. Tired. Just climbed up that hill. Well, it is the first deer I've seen up here. 2 female. Oh. Okay, there's a little fawn. Look at that little cutie. Baby and two doe. They're trapped. It's like a little strip of forest in between 2 lava flows here. Or 1 big lava flow. Well, this is the next forest after you climb up through the lava and along the lava bed. It's bigger hemlock. There's some really big trees in here. Beautiful big old hemlock trees. Actually, my destination is about a mile that way. I almost decided to just go backcountry straight up to it. I've never done it before, but this trail I'm on kind of makes a big triangle with it, so I could save about a mile. But I have some time. This hiking isn't so bad in here. It's kind of up and down. Lots of animal tracks back there. Kind of surprised I didn't really know that there were that many over here. And quite a few blowdowns, as you can see. Yeah, quite a few actually. They haven't worked on this trail in a while. So I'm about, yeah, look at down there, that's nice. I love these little panorama views. Yeah, if I hunted, this is where I'd do it. I'd probably live for 10 years up here. Then they'd all be gone. Hey, gotta climb this damn thing. Okay, so we're gonna be climbing up through this forest, and then we'll get up into some meadows, and then we'll be at our spring where the water is. Well, this segment here is much shorter than I thought. It's only a few hundred yards, and I thought it would be a mile. So that's really good news. Just around this corner, we're gonna pick up the Pacific Crest Trail. Getting tired. I haven't taken a break yet. It's been about 6 miles, 5 miles, I don't know. Yeah, we're going downhill now. Yeah, it feels good. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty good news. We're not very far at all now. And I'll be able to find that little lake, get set up, and my belly's hungry. You can see right over there's the north sister, and right over there now I think is that Collier Cone. We're gonna end up going around to the left of that tomorrow. Nice, we got a little moon up there. Here we are at Minnie Scott Spring, and it's the only water around other than the secret lake, if I can find it. I think actually, here, look here, it's bubbling right there. So I'm gonna have to spoon it out with my cup and fill my bladders. I'm okay with that. Just a little bit of daylight left, and it's a good day. timing was great. We got an hour and a half left of light, and just gonna relax. 7 miles today, kind of pooped me out. 3.5 hour motorcycle ride, and that 7-mile hike. Here's a nice little meadow over here. I think that's called the Little Brother. Yeah, see you later. My alarm clock. Those are Clark's Nutcrackers. They call them the klaxons. They make alarms. It sounds like an alarm clock to me. And by God, it just woke me up. We're got some high clouds coming in. Oh, I was dreaming about my kitty cats. We're gonna climb this pumice field. Oh, it's about a 300 to 500 foot climb. I guess we're gonna have to go around this to the left and kind of cut up this way. I'd like to, I guess, go over that little draw there, but I don't know. Guess it doesn't matter a whole lot, just so we get up and over. The goal is to find that trail on the other side, and that's only 1.5 miles or so away. I'm going very light, hardly any water, won't need it. There's a creek on the other side. Had to finagle the socks and the mole foam and the boots this morning. It took a while to get ready, so we've got about 8 miles to go today. Again, all I want to do is find that trail, stock up on water, and we're good. Well, we haven't been going for very long at all. The wind is picking up. It's bringing in some of the lower clouds. And what that means is I won't probably see these mountains when they're covered with these clouds. And the rain clouds probably. Now, this is pretty cool up here. I guess we're gonna go over there. That looks a little easier, but I know it's not. We're looking for a special place, and it's kind of like straight that way. No, this is great. This is really great. The feeling that you get being here is as if you were on an alien planet, or, you know, just someplace that people aren't meant to go. We got these mountains. They're visible now, but through the little clouds that are creeping in. Thought it was smoke. You can see it's heavier down lower. There's Mount Jefferson all getting socked in. But, and you can see this close one here is already getting some low clouds, so I'll probably just get over the top and find the trail, which is great because any thicker and I wouldn't have a route to follow. So I guess we're just, boy oh boy, I want to go up there. We might just go that way. I can see some larger rocks, which are easier to walk on going uphill in this soft pumice. Clouds in. Feeling pretty good today. Got really tired yesterday and was really tired this morning. But once I started moving, I started to feel better. I'll probably be pooped by the time I find that trail. This is all backcountry. We went up probably a little higher than we needed to. This is the North Sister. We're gonna have a good view of that. Well, we just may not have, but I think we're gonna have to drop back down somewhere right after this. Okay. See, there's some steeper drop-offs just over there, and we're gonna go right down here and get a look of where we have to go. This is awesome. Here it's only down. Yep, right down there you can see the big rocks. That's what I call the pass. And I pretty much figured they were down there, but I came up here for the view. We're gonna have rain probably in about 2 hours. It's kind of chilly up here. I have one more interesting tidbit. These poles were given to me here 3-4 years ago, and I wouldn't have made my first trip around these mountains if I hadn't have been given these poles. They were found up here by a trail worker, and he gave them to me. And I've been using them ever since. Sometimes they're a pain in the ass, and sometimes they save my ass. We've just finished the probably the hardest technically part of this trip. I started pretty much right at the top of that and came down, crossed one snowfield, and then I followed the edge of that snowfield down to the bottom and cut across sideways to here. And now, right down in this draw, we've got our water. Stock up 2 liters worth, and then see, somewhere right up in there, we cross over the ridge. I measured 3 of these humps down, so there's 1, 2, 3. Kind of have to get your bearings up high, so when you get down here you can't really see that well, but I did measure that hump and got a good reference point. Here's the North Sister, very beautiful right here. Well, we successfully crossed all of this, all the way from over there at the snow. It's, I don't know how many miles that was, 2 or 3 altogether from my campsite. But it was tough, man. It really pooped me out. And we're gonna have to decide here if we're gonna add an extra 8 miles on the trip by going to Golden Lake today, or cutting it short and starting to climb back up the other side of these mountains. So rain is threatening. I expect an hour, maybe 2, and that's when I'll decide.
Well, I skedaddled right into my tent because it started to rain. And I feel good about that. It was at about 5 o'clock that it started to rain. So we are camped right next to this river here. Oh, it's probably a creek. So we've got a really good fresh source of water. And I'm dry. I got in just before it started coming down. I hiked a little less than anticipated. I didn't go to Golden Lake, and I won't go there. I'll turn around tomorrow and head back up into the pass between South and Middle Sister. It's a little chilly this morning. I just finished washing the dishes in that water, and it's cold. It's cold. Last night was a bit of a disappointment. I wanted to bring into the hike with Broken Top, and I'm probably still about 3.5, 4 miles away from there. The rain put a damper on that hike. I thought it would be continuing all through the night, the rain, but I guess fortunately it didn't. Nice, I'm getting the sun here. Get to dry off the tent a little bit. We've had a few hornets come by the tent. I don't like that. I think they're buzzing up and down the creek looking for food. This is a fairly large amount of water. We've got the glaciers, and the saddle is only about 2.5 miles from here. I really wanted to hike backcountry straight up there. The trail that I'm going to take actually is about 1.5 miles that way, and then it goes 4 miles sideways. And I'm only 2 miles from where I want to be. But I don't have a good map. I need a wilderness map with the topographic outlines to be able to find the best route. I'm going to get a shot from the top of this valley and pretty much show how close it is. But what is really amazing is that all of this water emanates from just a couple miles away, glaciers and stuff. The other side of the mountain range is really dry, except for a little lower elevations. There's some springs that pop out, but this is really nice to see, nice to experience. I did want to bridge the gap between here and Broken Top because I've never been there.
This is really nice. We're taking a side trip, cutting the trails a little bit. This is really nice. I took kind of the grassy ridge top where I saw a bunch of Ponderosa pines. We're going to intersect the trail 5 or 10 minutes. This is especially nice because you get a good idea. You have a long, distant view through the woods. It's not really close and tight like, say, down there. So you just follow the most open path. And right now I'm heading straight towards the North Sister, and I'll intersect with that trail here. This is a good vantage point right here. There's the North Sister. Well, yesterday I came from way down the side there. Got some nice views north and east. Sisters is down there somewhere. See some green. There's the Ochiko Mountains over there. I was camped last night somewhere down in like there. There's a creek valley going out. Didn't see that burn, so I wasn't that far. Yeah, there's Broken Top behind the tree there. You can see some clouds building up. It's a big place right here for the thunderstorms to happen. And I'll bet where I want it to get to is right in there. Yeah, right in there is Golden Lake, probably to the left. So quite a few trips this year where I'll have to save it for the next one. This is the last place that I can see all of the 4 mountains. There's Broken Top over there, and we've got the South Sister through there somewhere, and North Sister, Middle Sister. We've finished the long, hard part. We don't have a whole lot more elevation to gain, but we're going to be climbing through that pass, and pretty much going to be making even more of a shortcut around this side. There's some lava tubes I hope to find, and we're going to cut the trip probably by a couple miles. It's rough going, but all I really want to do is get through that pass for today.
Here we are up in the saddle. All of a sudden, here we are up here. That's the South Sister. The trail's just over there before the snow. And I am going to attempt to go right along the top of that snow, sideways, and then crest the ridge right there. Yeah, it's probably 2 o'clock already. I've got some fresh water to get. I've never gone that way, but I have been over there, and I know that once I get up there, there's a big grassy plain, and then we start to go back down, and just a couple of tricky gullies to get through, and then home free. But it's the first time I'm trying to go this way. Instead, I would have to go over there, and that trail takes you way down, and then you have to climb back up to get where I want to. So this will be like the adventure part of the journey here. A little bit of last minute adventure. Shouldn't be too tough though. It always looks harder than it really is. The glaciers are intimidating. You know, you want to make sure you're not up above a bunch of snow so that you don't, if you fall, you don't slide down and pick up speed. If it's just a little bit, then you're playing it safe. Just a little slippery. We've decided to take an easier route up. Just followed the snow. We followed that snow patch, and then we hooked up to this one. Look at this broken top way over there. Just a little bit more. I heard some voices. Wouldn't be that hard to climb that mountain. It's only 1,500 feet maybe, 2,000 feet. That'd take an hour and a half maybe. Now if this were icy, it'd be really slippery. We're at the dividing line here. We're gonna say goodbye to the east view and head around west and north. Pretty easy going. There's a couple gullies. I have to go right there. And basically, I'm just heading up somewhere over there. Probably go around through that thing here. That's where I'm going. And maybe I'll find those lava tubes. Still got a lot of distance to travel. Well, I've been trudging through some pretty rough terrain, and I'm hoping that it's gonna end pretty soon. If you see down here where it's clear, it's like easy hiking, sandy, you know, a few rocks here and there. There's some over here. I have been coming down steeper stuff like this. I probably just dropped about probably 1,000 feet, and I think right there, that tree is my marker. If I get there, I'll have a view of where I need to go. We're still a few miles off, maybe 2 miles tops, and probably get there just in time
before it gets dark. This is pretty steep here. I've kind of admitted failure on my circuit around the cliffs up there. I started dropping down too low and we ran into some cliffs and I didn't want to go back up. See, the thing is that you come over those cliffs and then you got a straight diagonal shot through stuff like this, but not as steep. So what I'm doing now is just bailing down through the woods. Found a nice draw that was open. Beautiful big hemlocks. All kinds of deer tracks all around that whole backcountry trip up there. Didn't see one. This is kind of tough going. It's steep. I'm hoping any minute I'll find this Pacific Crest Trail, but I know I'll have to climb back up. That's what I didn't want. Oh well, this was a great adventure. This was really nice to get lots of blisters and chafing. I'm not dehydrated. Picked up lots of water up there. This is nice. I'm like a robot. I'm so tired. Hiked so far. And this is just a joy to be walking on something flat. For the most part. Okay. We still got a couple hours left before we have to get to that tent. That location I want to be at. Here on the west side of the Middle Sister, you have a lot of these broad, grassy meadows here. Just super. There's probably 5 or 6 really big meadows like this. This is pretty funny. My campsite has taken the favorite place that I like to go. So, right now, what I'm going to do is backtrack a bit, get off of the trail, and camp. And then tomorrow I've got about a 3-mile hike and a 3-hour drive home. And that's going to wrap up this trip.